went to Disneyland because it was so talked about. Disneyland. I was like,
Tell me, what did you think?
Honestly, I don't know. At this age, I could see through things, right? It
Yeah,
was not
yeah.
a fantasy world for me at this age. But I liked, our train allೂ customization, metro rail Mickey shape
The handles and all have that Mickey.
ಐ ಟು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ನಂಗೆ ವಾವ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು. ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಲೈಕ್ ಹೌ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾರಿ ಪಾಟರ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ದೇ ಮೇಕ್ ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ನೈಸ್. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ದೇ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಸ್ನಿಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಎಂಟ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೋಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ಫೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಟೂನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಥೀಮ್ಡು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೇನು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಡ್ರಿವನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ದಿ ಆ್ಯಪ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ. ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ರ್ಯಾಪಿಡ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫರ್ದರ್ ಬೈ ಅನದರ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಓಕೆ ಫಿಗರಿಂಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಟೈಮು. ಐ ಕುಡಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕವರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಹೌದು.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಚ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 1 hour.
ಹೌದು.
ಈವನ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್.
ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಲಕ್ಕಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ನನಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಸತಿ 10-15 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಕೂಟ್ ಆಗೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ರಿಯಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಲೇಸರ್ ಶೋ, ದಟ್ ಹೈಪ್. ಏನು 5:30-6 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆಗೂ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೂ 7:30 8 o'clock the show starts. People are all sitting, thousands of people are like watching that massive laser show. So it was quite nice. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇ ಐ ಟು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಈ ವಾಫಲ್ಸ್ ಇರತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ವಾಫಲ್ಸ್
ಮಿಕ್ಕಿ ಮೌಸ್
ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ದೇ ನೋ ಹೌ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇ ಆನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್ ಎಮೋಷನ್ಸ್
and then they charge also accordingly. It must have been expensive, right?
Yeah, of course. But when you go there, it's like
it's one of the things to do.
You're checking everything. You feel nice, like, oh, I went there, I had the Mickey waffle, I went there, I did this, I did that. And people buying all those bows and then bands and
so it's more of a merchandising thing now. It's become like that, I think. So what we feel for us, what works is more of the experience. Because in India, I think people are waiting in queues everywhere, right? In car ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಟ್ರೈನ್, ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಕ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯೂಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟ್ರೈ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಟ್.
At least in the amusement park.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ಯೂ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. So because of that, I think our focus has been to give more variety and do it in a, like I said, more value, this thing. People are not going to spend too much money on this, because you also have to remember the people who come to us, they may never go to a Disneyland. Most of the people, very small, a lot of people don't go abroad, right? Only 4 or 5% of India's population, even today, have traveled abroad. Not more than that. So if you think about it, a lot of people who they may never be able to go abroad. So we would like to bring our concept to people who a world class concept at a good price, kind of a thing. So that has been our focus.
So you next to laser show, musical fountain.
We all have that, but we now removed that and we are putting this new that Mission Interstellar right there at the same location. Because we felt that our laser show now, it is already 20 years old. People have seen the laser show and everything. So we're going to the next kind of entertainment.
Thanks for giving me that line. When do you scrap a ride? For example, scrap agirbodu or when do you retire a ride?
Couple of reasons. One is could be the life of the ride is over. So every ride has a fixed life irutte for every ride. It can vary. Like for example, water slides ge 15 years irutte life, 15 to 20 years. Big amusement park ride ge 25-30 years life irutte. Sometimes it can be bigger than that also. It depends on it. But for example, our laser show, we felt people are not watching it anymore because they are already seen it. So they wanted something new there. So if we feel that people are not enjoying something, then also we will scrap the attraction.
Hage. Financial planning for such massive projects. Walk us through.
So like I said, when we think about building a park, first of all, we need to look at what is the kind of demand that we are going to see.
In the next how many years?
The next 15 years.
At least our horizon nodtira.
So we need to plan for that. And so for example, Cochin or Bangalore Park also, first year we got 5 lakh visitors. Then it became 7 lakh visitors. Then it became 10 lakh visitors. Now it is 13, 14 lakh visitors, and that is, I think, a good number for our size. Same thing with Kochi, or same thing with Hyderabad. So, like now the latest park is we opened in Bhubaneswar, but that's a smaller park. It's like our old Kochi park. So because we feel that that's a tier 2 city, it's still yet to grow, the city. So based on that, then we'll plan. Okay, there we cannot invest like how we invest in Bangalore. We'll do something more frugal, in keeping with what people like there. Also, we look at weather conditions. There is hot, so we need to have more covered areas, things like that. Or if you're going to do north, we have to worry about winter, cold. So we can't do too many water rides because it's too cold for people. So things like that. We have so many things that we look at. It's not just one thing. All these factors have a bearing on the investment also. How much we will invest. Everything is interconnected. So finally we come up with a plan. Okay, this is how we think a Wonderla park should be for this city. And then we will look at the numbers, see how long it will take for it to break even.
Usually how long does it take for a break even to happen? Like udaharanege Bangalore anta market.
Bangalore park, it took us about 5 years to break even. So I think most of our parks will take about 3 to 5 years to break even.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable sharing about the profit margins and all of that?
No, we are companies, listed company, so we can share. So now our profit margin is roughly about 50%. EBITDA margin is 50%. Because also we have older assets. The park is already 20 years before we have invested. So because of that, the margins can be high. But building a new park of that same standard will be much more expensive. So for example, in Bangalore, we have invested about 200 to 220 crores till now. But to build that today will cost me 600 to 700 crores.
Absolutely.
So that is the way it is.